I froze mid-step, the words still echoing in my ears. I've got a male friend, now deal with it. The room seemed to shrink around me. My hands, which had been casually resting on the edge of the kitchen counter, now curled into fists, nails digging into my palms. I could feel the blood rushing in my ears. A million thoughts collided at once. Disbelief, rage, sorrow, confusion. My wife, the woman I had trusted with every piece of my heart, stood in front of me, calm and composed, as if she were announcing something trivial, like she'd bought a new set of curtains. "Wait, what?" I asked, my voice hoarse, trembling. "I said I've got a male friend," she repeated, her tone sharp, almost rehearsed. "I want you to accept it. If you can't, maybe it's better you deal with it now." Her words weren't just a revelation, they were a weapon. She had always known how to strike where it hurt the most. I felt my stomach twist, an icy knot forming deep inside me. I wanted to scream, to argue, to demand an explanation. But instead, a strange, numb clarity settled over me. I nodded slowly. "Okay," I said, voice eerily calm. "If that's how it is, I'll deal with it." I walked to the bedroom, my mind a storm of fury and heartbreak. Each step felt like walking through quicksand. When I opened the closet, I didn't even think. I grabbed the first suitcase I could find. My hands worked mechanically, almost on autopilot, as I pulled her clothes off the hangers, folded them carefully, and began packing. She followed me silently, her eyes flicking between me and the suitcase, her calm demeanor unnerving me even more. "You don't have to do this," she said softly, almost pleading. "No," I said, my voice firmer now. "I think I do." She tilted her head, studying me. "You're overreacting." I paused for a moment, looking at her, really looking at her. The woman I had married, the woman whose laughter used to fill this house, whose warmth had once been my sanctuary, now seemed like a stranger. Her smile, that familiar curve of her lips, no longer reached her eyes. And in that hollow gaze, I saw the truth she couldn't even try to hide. "You think this is overreacting?" I asked quietly. "Do you even hear yourself? You're telling me you have a male friend, and not just a friend, you're implying something else, aren't you?" Her silence was the loudest answer I could imagine. I clenched my jaw and continued packing. Each shirt, each dress, each piece of clothing felt heavier than the last, as if it carried with it the weight of every lie, every whispered excuse, every late-night text she had hidden from me. My fingers shook as I folded her favorite sweater, the one I had bought for her last Christmas. The memory of seeing her face light up as she unwrapped it twisted the knife deeper in my chest. "Why?" asked, my voice breaking now. "Why would you do this? Why betray everything we built?" She finally spoke, her voice soft but steady. "It's not like that. He's just a friend. I don't know why you're making this a big deal." I laughed bitterly, a hollow sound that echoed in the empty room. "A big deal. A big deal. We promised each other everything, Sarah. Everything. And now you stand there and say he's just a friend, expecting me to nod and smile." Her eyes flicked away, finally betraying a hint of guilt. "I didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't mean to hurt me," I echoed, my hands freezing over the pile of clothes. "Sarah, do you even understand what you've done? You've taken the one thing I thought was untouchable, our trust, and crushed it." She took a step closer, as if trying to reach for me, but I stepped back. Every fiber of my being screamed to push her away, to shield myself from the pain that radiated from her like heat from a fire. I love you," she said softly, almost whispering. "But I need this. I need him. I need space. Can't you just let me have that?" I felt my chest tighten. Love. She still spoke of love, even after betrayal. And maybe that was the cruelest part. Her ability to justify what she had done, to package it in words that sounded familiar, comforting even. "I've let you have space for years," I said, my voice barely controlled. "I've let you have friends, outings, hobbies. Everything. But this crosses a line. And now, you expect me to accept it as if nothing has changed." Her shoulders sagged, a fleeting shadow of remorse crossing her face. But then, just as quickly, the mask returned. The mask I had once adored, now a symbol of everything I had lost. I finished packing her clothes in silence, each folded item a silent testament to the life we had built together, now reduced to fragments. I zipped the suitcase, feeling the finality in the sound of the teeth clicking shut. Where will you go?" she asked quietly, finally breaking her composed facade. "I don't care," I said. "The point is, you need to go. If you can't respect this marriage, then maybe it's time to face the consequences." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, but she didn't protest. She didn't argue. She simply picked up the suitcase, her movements slow and deliberate, like a prisoner accepting her sentence. As she reached the door, I followed her, my heart pounding with a mix of sorrow and anger that I couldn't name. I opened the front door, and for a moment we just stood there, two people who had once promised forever, now separated by betrayal and unspoken words. "Goodbye, Sarah," I said, my voice trembling. "Goodbye," she whispered, her eyes meeting mine one last time. In them I saw regret, fear, maybe even love, but it was too late. The click of the door closing behind her echoed in the empty house, a sound that would haunt me for weeks, months, maybe years. I leaned against the wall, sliding down until I was sitting on the floor, the room spinning around me. The silence was deafening. The walls, once a home, now felt like a tomb. And yet, even in that crushing despair, a small, stubborn part of me clung to something. The part that remembered who I was, that I had a life beyond this pain. That even though she had betrayed me, I could still rise. I could still heal. Hours later, I found myself staring out the window, the night sky a blanket of stars above a city that had not stopped moving, indifferent to my heartbreak. And for the first time since her words had shattered my world, I allowed myself to breathe. Slowly, painfully, I began to imagine a life without her. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. Because some love, I realized, isn't enough to hold two people together. Some love is meant to teach you how to survive the ones who break you. And maybe, just maybe, I would learn.